Hey folks, let's learn something new about the oil and gas industry. All right, we're in beautiful Houston, Texas, and it's freezing outside. Although only in Houston would you say anything below 60 is freezing. And we're sitting here with Mark Stanley. Hey, Mark.
Hey, how are you, Mark?
Yeah.
Easy for me to remember, too.
Yeah, if we can't remember each other's names, something's wrong. And so today we're spending some time talking about a very serious issue in the industry, especially in the frac fields, but it's also an issue all over the world, and it's water recycling. So, Mark, you are heavily involved in water recycling.
Yes, that's correct. The main corporation is called the Mark Corporation, and one of the groups within our company is called Recycling Services. And recycling makes equipment that recycles frac flowback water, produced water. It can actually do industrial water treatment, petrorefining waste, all types of wastewater treatment, treats up the contaminated water, and then brings it back to the user for reuse again, fit for purpose.
And so let me get this straight, because you and I were talking before. When I think of water recycling, I think of expensive. But you're telling me that y'all actually can do it and drive efficiencies, lower costs in this low crude price environment.
That's correct. One of the things that I find interesting is that when oil was at between $80 and $100 a barrel, nobody would really pay attention to what we were talking about, even though they knew that recycling was probably the correct thing to do, and it can be an efficient thing to do. They were so busy making money that they didn't want to do anything different, just pump as much as they could down the pipeline. Don't bother me. Once oil dropped below $50 a barrel, I started getting a lot more inquiries into what we were doing service-wise. Hey, can you really save us the amount of money you said you could save us before? And now that oil's hovering around 30, 31 a barrel, I'm getting even more interest in the product. And it's mobile. You can pick it up and move it where you want. It doesn't take a lot of infrastructure. And we think we have the most cost-effective system that's available on the market for recycling. And if we get 4 to 5 units out there, we can probably recycle the water for pretty close to what it would cost to just bring in fresh water for you.
Yeah. So that's awesome. So it actually drives efficiency. It lowers costs. It's actually good, right, because you're taking this water and you're being able to reuse it. And the industry as a whole has taken a bit of a black eye in their approach to the environment. So this is an environmentally friendly, positive way that the oil and gas industry can use water.
That's correct. Well, one of the things you have to look at is the total overall package. So if you're not going to recycle this water, you've got to dispose of it in some way or form or fashion. And so the traditional way of doing that's been put it down a disposal well. You put it down a disposal well, that's an environmental liability for the company. And there's a lot of negative publicity about disposing of it down a well, pumping it down the aquifer. The other thing you have to look at is risk management. How if you can recycle it on site, how many truck miles can you take off the road? You don't have all this tractor trailer equipment on the road. You have all the risk assessment, no environmental liabilities. And last year, just because of recycling, I know one company that we said they estimated they saved 2.5 million miles off the road, which is a trip to the moon and back.
Yeah, that is enormous. So drop costs for the industry, especially for the frackers. It's good for the environment. It helps the industry being seen in a more positive light in the media. And then also, parts of the world, there is actually a shortage of fresh water, and you actually help with that as well.
That's correct. We've found a lot of success now in getting a lot of traction in the Middle East, where water is obviously a scarce resource. It only rains maybe 1 or 2 days out of the year. They struggle a lot with finding any type of fresh water because all that water has to be desalinated, which is a very expensive process. They would rather keep the desalinated water for their population to drink or for their agricultural market, whatever they have. And so recycling of their water is huge. Sometimes they have to wait 7 to 10 days in order to fracture a well just to get enough fresh water to be able to do it. Whereas we position on site, we can give them that water immediately.
So you also benefit local populations where there's a shortage of fresh water. So, Mark, this is some awesome stuff. If my audience wanted to find out more about what you do, where should they go?
We have 2 websites. The main company website is www.themarkcorp.com. That's markcorp.com. And then you can also look, if they want to be more specific on recycling, they can go to recycle, RECYCLE -frac, FRAC-water.com.
And folks, we'll put links in the show notes so you don't have to be writing stuff down. Mark, man, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're welcome, Mark. It's been my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Folks, I hope this helped. We will see you next time.